Hey, everybody, John and Lance on the bench, mornings on ESPN 97.5. Let's talk some Texans football. After the trade deadline, Lance, Will Fuller still a Texan. Deshaun Watson commented afterwards that it would be hell without Fuller on the team. So, a couple of things at play here. First, Deshaun Watson wanting to be a part of everything, the general manager search, the coach search, and all the trades that are being made. And second, Will Fuller, and whether or not you re-sign him. Let's start with Fuller. What do you do now with Will Fuller if he plays this whole – this is reminding me a lot of Carlos Correa. What do you do here now if Will Fuller is able to play a full season and play well?
I mean, honestly, I just don't see how Will Fuller is going to be a Houston Texan. He seemed very disappointed that he was even being mentioned. He talked about he's playing to – he basically said he's going to ball all the way out because he wants to get paid next year. He's magically stayed healthy this year. That's been great. I don't see him coming back to this team. To be honest with you, if you pay for him, you're going to have to overpay, and you're overpaying for a guy who, frankly, has had a lot of injury problems over the year. It's just a lot of soft tissue stuff, and that's a real concern for me. I think he's gone. And to say life would be hell without Will Fuller, I mean, then life's hell half the time because half the time it seems like he's not there. So I don't think he'll be here, but that really raises the question. Like, I don't think Kenny Stills will be here. I don't think Will Fuller is going to be here. You got a lot of work to do just to fill out a roster at wide receiver.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of positions. So I could certainly see them keeping a guy first that Deshaun wants. Right. Secondly, you see how much better the team played. When DeAndre Hopkins was here, when Will Fuller was on the field, they were just a better offense all the way around. And then now he's making plays. He caught the big ball against the Jaguars, and maybe, because you're not going to be able to get a number one receiver from the third round on. Plus, you need so much help defensively. Maybe they just kowtow and they say, you know what, we gotta sign Will Fuller. Otherwise, what are we going to do at wide receiver?
So it's possible. It's possible. If Will were healthy, you'd love to have his speed. You'd love to have his ability to stretch the field. You can go find a possession receiver. I think those are easier to find than true speed guys that have the ability to, score a lot of touchdowns. So Will Fuller, I wouldn't completely rule him out. But at the same time, you start throwing a bunch of money at a guy with an injury problem, that's a concern for me.
Oh, absolutely.
You had it with J.J. Watt, and it's been – a lot of money has just been thrown away, unfortunately.
Well, J.J. didn't have those problems, though, heading into when he signed that contract. He didn't have those problems. He was a MVP guy every year. It's a Carlos Correa consideration now with Will Fuller, which is extremely scary. And let's talk about Deshaun. But first, I want to talk about cold, clean, crisp, and refreshing Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. It is the official beer for me for everything that I do, and I hope you make it your official beer. It's Texas chill. You know it's cold when you see those blue mountains. And if you're looking for the world's most refreshing beer to do whatever it is you're doing, okay? Whatever it is you're doing, enjoy a cold, clean, crisp, refreshing Coors Light. Now, Deshaun, and here's the thing too, okay? He's only signed a 3-year extension, but the whole thing is 5 years, whatever. How much do you make him a part of this? Is this going to turn into an NBA superstar thing with Deshaun? He wants Will Fuller. I want to be in on the GM hiring. Who's the coach going to be? If not, how long am I going to be here? How much should he trust this organization with the moves that they made already?
Well, I don't know that why would he know who the right picks are? What is Deshaun? What's the work that Deshaun Watson's done on these general managers? What's the work he will have done on the head coaches? I think Deshaun Watson's leverage was before he got paid. He might have had more of a say. I think you keep him in mind. You certainly do that for any time you have a star player. But at the same time, once he's getting paid $37.5 million a year, I mean, you've been taken care of. Now at some point, they can't have you becoming – we just got done with a head coach who thought he was a general manager. I don't want a quarterback who thinks he's the general manager or thinks that he should be the president of the football team. Frankly, he's stepping out of his lane. Now, should he have some say-so, or should they listen to him, or should they consult with him? I'm okay with that. But ultimately, the decision has got to be made by the football people, because where are you going to be in 4 years if Deshaun's not there anymore?
Well, here's the deal, though. You got 4 more years of Deshaun Watson. He's a young player. He'll be under 30 when he becomes a free agent that you can't franchise him anymore now. He's got to make a decision to stay here. And if you want Deshaun Watson here long term, don't you have to placate him along the way?
Yeah, but what if you placate him and he doesn't stay and it's a bad hire? Then what? Because fact is, I would question whether he wants to be here long term or not. He took the only way that he could keep from getting franchised is taking a contract where he could get his money, but make it a short-term deal. So Deshaun got exactly what he wanted. He can't be franchised now. He's got top-ranked money, and he's got the shortest contract imaginable. That tells me that he wanted to get paid without being here long-term, without committed to being here long-term. And that's fine. That's certainly fine. But now you can't let Deshaun make decisions for you when he's not even locked in long-term. Now, if he were a 5-year deal, I might think, maybe that's a little different.
That said, he did all of that with Bill O'Brien here. And he didn't want to be here when Bill O'Brien was here. Now, that all may change. And, oh, by the way, if you hire a coach that he likes and it's an offense that he likes and it's centered around him and Deshaun feels like he's important to the organization, then maybe he does stay long-term. Don't forget, all of those things that you're talking about with Deshaun was when Bill O'Brien was here, and nobody liked that. Nobody could like that.
Yeah, but, you can also, first of all, let him hire the GM. And the GM, here's what I know about Aaron Rodgers. He didn't like to hire Matt LaFleur. He likes Matt LaFleur a lot now because they get along. Winning cures everything. Having a good offense cures everything. Getting good players and drafting well cures everything. I think the short-term thing is having a guy that you like, but if you don't win, you're not going to be happy. Deshaun's not going to be happy losing with a head coach he likes. And I got news for you. The head coach, if he's not winning over the next 2 or 3 years, he could be out.
Well, yeah, I don't care who he hires if they're not – yeah, again, he's got all the cards now. He's gonna leave. If they're not winning, he's going to leave anyway. So, you know what?
Get the best guys. You got to get the best guys to win.
Yep.